Tighter quarantine measures in Cebu City as it becomes the new epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic in the Visayas. The city is back under enhanced community quarantine until June 30th. As of June 12, the number of cases there has risen to over 3,300. Meantime, Metro Manila will stay under general community quarantine because officials say they noticed a downtrend in cases in the region. Our Trisha Tirada joins us on the line to tell us more about the president's latest orders. Trisha, good morning. What do you have for us? All right, we will try to get back to our correspondent Trisha Tirada for a better line. She will report on the president's pronouncements last night regarding the new quarantine guidelines. Now, the health department in Central Visayas says hospitals in Cebu City are already in full capacity. In a statement, DOH Region 7 Director Jaime Bernada says they are also preparing for a possible surge of symptomatic COVID-19 patients as infections continue to rise daily. The entire Cebu Island has recorded over 4,500 COVID-19 cases, most of which are in Cebu City. Bernada says they have reached out to private hospitals in the city to look for mechanisms to expand the capacity for COVID-19 cases. He also says they will add more health workers to assist in their expansion. And now we go back to our Trisha Tirada. We have her back on the line. Trisha, what is the latest from the president? Trisha, can you hear me? All right, we are trying to get our correspondent Trisha Tirada back on the line. She was monitoring pronouncements by the president last night. Trisha, are you back on the line with us?
Yes, Ria. As I was saying, President Rodrigo Duterte placed Cebu City back on enhanced community quarantine amid the increasing number of COVID cases in the city. Health Secretary Francisco Duque cited the reasons for imposing the strictest measures in the city. These are the widespread community transmission in the majority of barangays in the city and the consistent case doubling rate. Now, for the same reasons, Talisay City will also be under modified ECQ until June 30. Meantime, as for Metro Manila, all cities, including Pateros, will stay under general community quarantine until the end of the month. In Luzon, aside from Metro Manila, the following will also be under GCQ. In Region 2, we have Isabela, Nueva Vizcaya, Quirino, and Santiago City. Region 3, Aurora, Bataan, Bulacan, Tarlac, and Olongapo City. For Region 4, we got Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Quezon, and there's also Occidental Mindoro in Region 4B. Now, the following areas in the Visayas and Mindanao will be under GCQ as well. Bohol, Cebu, Negros Oriental, Siquijor, Mandaue City, Lapu-Lapu City, Zamboanga City, and Davao City. Going back to Metro Manila, even if the National Capital Region is still under GCQ, Interior Secretary Eduardo Año says local leaders have agreed that they will be aggressive in implementing barangay lockdowns because the number of COVID-positive cases remains high. Año says he's considering deploying more police in Cebu City to strictly enforce the ECQ. Back to you, Ria.
Trisha, what did the Interior Department say about the second tranche of cash aid?
Año reported the second tranche is already rolling out. Some are distributed electronically while others receive it through direct cash payment. The Interior Department received about 450 complaints alleging anomalies in the distribution of the first tranche of cash aid. The DILG is investigating more than 600 officials. It has so far filed 139 cases at the fiscal's office. Ria.
Now, the president has repeated his directive that there will be no face-to-face classes until a vaccine is available. There is, of course, the option of so-called blended learning. But how does the government plan to address the concern of families in far-flung areas who simply don't have access to technology?
That's actually correct. The president intends to buy radios for some barangays to reach some students in far-flung communities. Let's listen to the president in his own words.
As long as you are really interested to learn, ito yung mga mahirap, kaawa naman. We will try to come up with something in the next few days. Maybe before the end of the week, I would be able to look for the money. Wala na tayong pera ngayon. I would look for the money to buy transistor radios to be distributed all throughout the country.
Now, the president reminds the public the battle versus COVID-19 is not yet over. He explains the government is gradually easing restrictions for economic viability. Back to you.
Trisha, lastly, what does President Rodrigo Duterte think about the latest COVID-19 numbers in the country?
Well, President Duterte is relieved that the number of recoveries is increasing. Let's listen back to the president.
I cannot say it's second wave because it is still increasing sa infected. Tapos ang namatay is 1,000. Although what is very heartening is the recovery, which is about 6,252. It's a good record compared to the other countries.
National Task Force Chief Carlito Galvez reported that there are 66 new coronavirus cases in Region 8 and additional 30 in Lanao. These are being attributed to the arrival of locally stranded individuals from Metro Manila to these provinces. Galvez also noted the increasing number of severe cases in Cebu. More patients need to be intubated, but he adds San Miguel Corporation will be donating additional ventilators or high-flow nasal cannula. But then again, President Duterte reminds the public to observe minimum health standards like physical distancing and hand washing.
Ganito yan eh. Hindi ko kayo mapigilan na lumabas. Hindi ko kayo mahuli lahat. Ang problema niyan, pati yung mga bata, kung samahin ninyo, or you allow your children to go out when the place is not yet ready for them to be outside at nagkasakit. Huwag ninyo kaming sisihin. Do not forget that we warned you about the grave consequences.
Yes, once a vaccine is available, he will order supplies and commits to personally supervise the distribution. Ria?
All right, thank you very much, Trisha Tirada there reporting.